Well, I grew up on a farm west of Elgin and south of Clearwater. It was a dairy farm. And then I went to school at St. Boniface and Poe John Central High School. I went to Bellevue University. I graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in Health and Human Service Administration.
Tell me about some of your work experience that you've had since you graduated from college.
I worked at, well, moving backwards, I worked at Neely Tractor. I also worked at Midwest Holdings Incorporated out of Lincoln, where I obtained my Series 63 so I could sell stock in an IPO for them. And before that, I was at Midwest Futures, where I obtained my Series 3 license and did trading on the major exchanges.
Then what brought you to seek employment at the Antelope County Assessor's Office?
The position came open. I decided, I know that there was nobody in the office at the time because Julie Harrison had been recalled. I went in, I thought, actually, I really didn't have any expectations. I didn't know what I was getting into. And I had my interview, and he hired me to do GIS for the office and for the county. And from there on, I've been there ever since. And I had no idea, but I think I found my calling. I love my job.
Tell me about the different kinds of aspects of work that you do, that you've been doing for the Assessor's Office.
Actually, I'm involved in every single aspect of the office. It starts at, why I was hired and my main position was to do GIS, the GIS work for the county, which entails working with the zoning administrator, with insurance people, directly with all the farmers in the area, and with appraisers, you name it. What GIS stands for is Geographic Information Systems. That was the main thing, but then it didn't just stop there. I went on, I do all the building permits, I do the appraisal and reappraisal of properties, the permissive exemptions, personal property, homestead exemptions.
I take it then that you work closely with the farmers, the egg producers, the property owners throughout the county.
On a daily basis, you'll find me sitting at my desk going over land with a farmer or any property owner.
Do you enjoy working with them?
I love working with them. I think I'm good at it. I think I know I can relate to them just because I grew up on a farm. I wouldn't want to pay for property that I don't have. Therefore, I wouldn't expect somebody else to pay for something they don't have. And a lot of times, people who get upset, or they might, because they just don't understand exactly what's what. And once we go through everything and we show them exactly how we do it, they're usually happy with that. I mean, yes, there might be errors out there, but I'm glad for people to come in and show me and tell me what their concerns are or where we have an issue wrong, because I mean that's our job, is just to make sure everything's right and equal for everybody.
So it's a conversation that you would have and would continue to have with people.
Yeah, because I work for the people. So therefore it's not us against them. We are all working. It's just that somebody has to do this job, and I want to be the one to do it, and we're all working towards the same goal in life.
Do you find that there's that you bring a specific asset to the office in being that you are from Antelope County?
Definitely. I know every single square inch of that county, and literally from doing the GIS, I completed it before it was never really used. And so I utilized that and made it and built it into the tool that is actually used today, because every GIS is used in every single aspect of our office. It's a tool that's invaluable.
Now tell me something about that too. You have a substantial position in a state council, if you will. If you want to talk about that and how you came to be on that.
I serve on the GIS Council for the state of Nebraska. I represent NACO, which is Nebraska Association of County Officials. There was one other representative that also serves for NACO, and that's Eric Herbert from Sarpy County. He is the other representative, and we have meetings every month. And what it is we're building it at a statewide level. We want to have a GIS to be central because it's in every single aspect of government there is, and we don't want redundant services, and because that's just wasting taxpayers' money for everybody to keep doing the same job, and that was becoming a problem in the spending. GIS is expensive, but why not all of us share our resources and then build off of that and save money, and it makes everything way more efficient. I also am in charge of all the building permits and demolition permits, any changes that go on with land use. But back to the building permits, I also go out and I work in the field with another staff member. We go out and we physically measure these buildings. We talk to the landowners if they're there. I mean, we usually want to let them know when we come out to do it. We don't just go out and measure a building. We want to let them know and give them the respect that, yeah, we are on your land. And so I'm out there, and it doesn't matter if it's snow blowing or if it's raining, we're out there measuring and taking pictures and talking to them about it. So, and letting them know that, we aren't just assessing something that we see on a piece of paper, that we actually go out and look at it. Well, my biggest thing is, I don't care if you have $1 in your pocket or $1 million. Everybody gets treated the same. Most people, everybody doesn't mind, nobody really minds paying taxes. They just want to pay their fair share, and everybody else pay their fair share. And so it's just making sure that everything's correct, and it is, because it is what it is. You own what you own, and that's all that really matters. It doesn't matter if you have a powerful position for your job, or if you are doing something that isn't as glamorous. Everybody gets treated the same. There's certain guidelines and standards that we have to follow into it with the state of Nebraska, certain ratios that have to be between different numbers, and everything has to be equaling out. And so I would totally make sure that we follow all the guidelines and do the job correctly.
Why should people vote for you on May 13th?
As assessor, I will be a proactive and not reactive. I won't wait for things to be already done and then be told I need to do that. I'll be on my game and be ahead of the game, actually, by knowing what's going on in the county and being out and looking at things and being aware of what's going on. I also could reduce operating expenses, which right now I know is very important because we are building a new jail, and things aren't getting cheaper, and we're looking at school expenses. And so us watching our spending is very, very important, which I know that I could cut some of the costs in the office. Increase efficiency, and that is just the delegation of different jobs in our office. There's different ways to organize things to make it run more efficiently. I also plan on moving towards more property owner involvement. And in this process, I just want to increase their knowledge and, like I said before, just understanding of their valuation of their property. I would like to have an educator taxpayer education class, at least maybe once a year. And that's just where people could come in. I could show them how we go about valuing farmland, and how it involves all their soil types and land use, and how we actually do it hands-on. And then maybe go into and explain Marshall and Swift and how that works, and the valuation of buildings and homes in the county. And this would also I would go about that, and and then on a daily basis, just by having two-way conversations and having an open door policy where you can come anytime and talk to us about any concerns you might have, or legislature coming up, because I do like to keep on top of all that stuff that possibly could be going through. It doesn't hurt to know as much as you possibly can. So if you're a Republican, please, you have to do your job in order for me to be able to do my job. And that is by going to the polls on May 13th and voting Mueller for assessor.